I'm going to prepare my chantilly, and the day you're ready to make a sauce, you combine all this. The only thing you need in cooking is to love cooking. If you don't have any knowledge, the cognac gives a kick of flavor, and the wine is going to bring all these flavors together. You're going to call me Bruno. I'm waiting that the reduction of the wine. I want to cross the flavor inside the dish. Hopefully, you have. Welcome to Cooking with Bruno. My name is Bruno Curiosi. I will be your host today. And I have my guest is Tony Pariso. You are superintendent of schools in Greeley. Thank you very much for being here today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And do you cook at home?
Yes, I do.
Very good. So today we're going to cook some Mexican dishes. I used to live about 10 years in Mexico. I love this country. People are so nice, and also they have a wonderful variety of ingredients to cook with. And this is a huge country about culture, about the past, and I would like to share this experience today with you. And we are friends who are watching the show.
It should be an experience. You're going to teach an Italian from Brooklyn. A French chef is going to teach an Italian from Brooklyn how to cook Mexican food.
Excellent.
That works.
As you said, we have no borders in cooking, and what is important is to enjoy life, enjoy cooking, and having a lot of love doing it. Okay? So are you ready?
I'm ready. Do I get to eat?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
This is all about. So we begin with a quesadilla. A quesadilla, it's a very traditional home cooking. What we do during the classes, it's restaurant technique we use at home. Very simple thing, very fresh, a lot of things from scratch. And to give also many options. Because what is important during the classes, it's we teach not only certain kind of recipes, but we give other recipes, so like that you can continue to work at home. So we're going to begin with garlic. You are Italian, so I think you're a garlic lover. And so we need for that recipe some garlic. So what we're going to do right now, go ahead.
Slice it or smash it?
Just finely chop. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to make the filling. When you cook a quesadilla, basically you're using tortillas, but what you want is to prepare in advance the filling. And to make the filling, it's better to cook it a little bit in advance. So like that, when you add it to the quesadilla, the inside bar will be totally cooked also. So we're going to use fresh garlic. Thank you, Tony. We're going to use also onions. You can use red onions, you can use white onions. When I cook French and Italian, I use a lot the red onion. It has a lot of flavor. It's a very good ingredient. And also,
how small do you have to chop the onions and the garlic?
That's a very good question. My family comes from a country part of France. And when you live in the country, you like to see the ingredient. You like to see what you are eating. So I would say that I like chunky pieces of ingredients. So right now, what I'm going to do is to cook the garlic.
If I take the class, am I going to learn to do the wrist thing? So.
Oh yes, that's very easy actually. You need just to pull the sauté pan to you, and the ingredient will flip over. Well, do you like spicy, Tony?
Very spicy.
Okay, we have some chili jalapenos. If you can taste it, please. The chili jalapeno, it's, I would say, quite a mild chili. It's not so hot as we think. If we keep the seeds inside the jalapeno, it will make it more spicier. Okay? If you use without the seed, it will be milder. But if you want more spicy, you can use also the serrano chili. They are smaller. So we're going to remove right now a little bit of seeds. We have a very nice quality of flesh. It has already a lot of smell.
Now, what's the spiciest pepper you can buy around here?
Exactly.
I keep hearing about habaneros.
Habaneros are the spiciest you can get here. The only thing about the habanero is you have to be very careful. You can get burned quite a lot, but they have also a lot of taste. But I would suggest at the beginning, you begin with jalapenos, and after that you go to serranos, and after that you can to habaneros. So now we cook a little bit, but soften the jalapeno with the onions and garlic. We're going to add a little bit, a little bit of salt.
I like the knife thing you just did, picking up everything with the knife.
Very good.
Do I learn that in the class?
Yes. Thank you. So now, the last thing we need is an ingredient I love to use in Mexican cuisine. I use it a lot to make soups and also some sauces. It's epazote. The epazote herb has a very particular flavor. And we're going to use some, a little bit. It's very unique flavor. It's not easy to explain. It has a little bit tangy flavor and is a good additional to balance with the chilies.
Well, as an Italian, I'm used to bay and oregano. Is this close to that?
It's very specific. I would say oregano is a specific flavor, and the epazote has also specific flavor. And in Greeley, it's very easy to get these ingredients because we have a large Mexican population. So you can go to many stores and you can have fresh all these ingredients. That's very, very easy.
This is epazote?
Epazote.
Epazote.
In a pre-Hispanic cuisine, you will have it a lot. So now we have the filling ready to go. And now we're going to make the quesadilla. In Mexico, we use comal. It's a flat pan which you make the tortillas, you cook the tortillas. But today we're going to use this regular pan, and we're going to use, which tortilla would you like today?
Oh, bigger is better, I think.
Bigger is better? Okay. This one is a flour tortilla. You can find it in a big size. And this tortilla is very nice to use for quesadillas, because after that you can cut it and share with many people. It's what it's all about. Also, you can make quesadilla if you want with another kind of tortilla. You can have some corn tortilla, and you have different color. This one, it's a regular corn tortilla. In Mexico, we can find also some blue tortilla. That's a blue corn. So what you want right now is to warm up your tortilla and melt the cheese. So the cheese we can use for that kind of dish. It's manchego. Manchego, it's a very traditional part skim milk cheese. You can find it in the store very easily.
Taste?
Yes, you can. So the manchego is quite similar to mozzarella.
I was just going to say it.
Very similar, and it has a very good taste, and it's perfect for quesadilla. And also as a snack, you can slice it, and that's a very nice dish to use.
So these tortillas you buy pre-cooked?
Yes. It will be much easier to get them pre-cooked. It takes time to cook them, and you can have them from fresh here. And you have a very wide selection. So what you want right now is to melt the cheese. Not totally. When it begins to melt, at this moment you add the ingredients. And what is important is to spread them evenly. So when you will enjoy the quesadilla, in every bite you will have the onion, the jalapeno, the epazote, everything blend together in your mouth. I think I explained that the mouth is like a palace, and you want a lot of flowers inside. So what you want is to choose the appropriate ingredient, and all these flavors will go in your mouth and play inside. That's a very nice experience. If you want more colorful, we can add some tomatoes, cut fresh.
I like that quote. I'm going to use that. The mouth is like a palace.
Oh,
and
yes.
You want many flowers inside.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to decorate it and you want to enjoy life. So what you do right now, you can add a second layer of cheese if you want it cheesy. Personally, I love cheese. And as an Italian, you should love also a lot of cheese in your cuisine. So add some cheese on the top. And I cover the quesadilla. So now it's ready to flip over, because on one side is already hot. And I flip over.
You make that look very easy. Every time I try and flip something, it goes off the pan.
Well, you need some training. A tip you can do a lot when you're not confident to saute things, you can use some nuts, dry nuts, you put on the saute pan, and you can play with it when the pan is gone. You can practice with that. And after that, when you feel confident, you can begin to use cooking ingredients on it, and that's about training. But when you saute, you don't pull up. What you do is you pull to you the pan, and the round shape of the edge of the pan will make the ingredient flipping over. Okay? Are you ready for a nice brunch this morning?
Absolutely.
Perfect. So when the quesadilla is made, don't overcook the quesadilla because you won't like the burnt taste. So what you do, lightly cooked on each side. It has a very nice noise when you cut it. Sounds very fresh. And about the sauce, we have many options. Today, we have a salsa verde, a green salsa. Also, there are things that we teach at the class. Instead of buying your own salsa, it would be better to make it from scratch. For example, the salsa verde, we make it with the green Mexican tomato, or tomatillo. It's a very nice tomato. And to make it is a little bit bitter taste. So what you do, you can cook it on the grill first. So like that you remove the skin. And after it's cooked on the grill, you can blend the tomatillo with fresh cilantro, with some garlic, with some onions. And also you can, to make it spicier, you can use chili jalapeno, you can use chili serrano, and that's a traditional green salsa. You blend it and you get a very fresh salsa.
So you peel a tomato and put it on the grill?
Yes, the tomato for the salsa, I would suggest those kind of tomato, the tomatillo, it's to grill them on the grill. So like that you will burn the skin and also to soften the flesh. And it will give a very nice flavor. You can instead also of the onions to use green onions. That's an ingredient you can get very easily in Mexico or here.
And you can blend this all in a blender?
You blend them in the blender, exactly. And it will give at the end a quite liquid sauce. So now we have a quesadilla made. We have a salsa verde. And voilà, monsieur.
May I? I don't have to go to eating class. I know how to do that.
Very good.
Right.
Yes?
It's delicious. I can impress my wife now. I know how to make this. Can I have some more?
Voilà. Oh, yes, go ahead.
Okay.
You cook your lunch today, so enjoy it. And at the classes, we're going to give many options. So like that, to suggest what you can add in a quesadilla. That's a very nice evening dinner when you come home. You want to cook something in 10 minutes. We can do these things in 10 minutes. The salsa will take 10 more minutes to make it. That's a very simple dishes.
And it's delicious.
It's delicious. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
In a few minutes, we're coming back. We're going to do a very nice ensalada. And thank you very much. Welcome back to Cooking with Bruno. Tony, are you ready for the next step?
I'm absolutely ready. Let's go.
Let's go. So today, the second part now, we're going to have a salad. Do you like cactus?
I've never had cactus.
You never had cactus. In Mexico, it has a huge heritage of pre-Hispanic cuisine. And cactus is one of the key components of the Mexican cooking. And to make it easier, if you are not familiar with cactus, you can get it by the can, already processed, tender cactus. They do it with a light brine, and they add some onions and some chilies to give some extra flavor. Also, you can do it from scratch. Is what we learned during the classes. And if you do it from scratch, you can use cactus leaves. You can go to the produce department at the store. And it's a little bit hard, so what you need to do is to blanch the cactus with soda powder, some baking soda and some salt. Okay? So after it's blanched and softened, you let it cool it down, and after that you dice it. You can slice it, dice it the way you would like to enjoy it as a salad. The other way to eat the cactus, when you do during summertime a barbecue grill outside, you can have as a vegetable and cook it on the grill.
Just put it right on the grill?
You put right on the grill, and you can just cook it on the grill. So that's a very nice vegetable. Also in Mexico, we use the fruit of the cactus as a fruit. And also you have some other kind of cactus. We use them to make shampoos, and is also a medicinal plant. And also sometimes when you have a bite from insects, you can put the cactus leaves on your skin. That's a good medicinal product. So the cactus is has a universal use.
So you can buy it pre-cooked also?
You can buy pre-cooked by the can. So we're going to make a salad.
Okay.
For that, we're going to need some shaved onion, and that's a good thing. We have a lot of things that we get in France, in Italy, and Mexico today.
Shaved, I assume, thin slices like that?
Yes, very thin. The onion will give some flavor. And also, we're going to make the dressing. What is very important when you make a salad is to make the dressing in advance. So like that, the vinegar of the dressing will dissolve very properly the salt, and also to take all the flavor of the herbs you're going to use in the dressing and to have it evenly in the dressing. So we're going to use some pepper. You can use white pepper. You can use fresh ground black pepper. About 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to use about 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
I notice, like all good cooks, you don't measure. You know what 1/2 teaspoon is?
Exactly. A lot of things have to taste. But don't worry, during the classes, we have all the recipes measured. So when you go back home, you will have already with you recipes. We provide a lot of recipes during the classes, and you can continue to cook with the recipes. And after that, you can make modification up to your taste. So we have black pepper, salt, white wine vinegar.
And you make that white wine vinegar yourself?
I make the white wine vinegar by myself. Also during the classes, I teach people how to use things from scratch, like how to make your vinegar, white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, beer vinegar. Also, how to make your own bread from scratch with sourdough. You can smell this one. It's a homemade vinegar.
It smells very good.
Made in Colorado from French wine. What you need is the bacteria, and I can provide it to the students who request the bacteria. So we have now the vinegar dissolving the salt, and we're going to add, this is the Hispanic culture who came to Mexico. We use oregano also in the Mexican cuisine, about a teaspoon. Summertime you can use some fresh oregano. Wintertime you can use dry oregano. So what you want right now is having the vinegar making job. The vinegar not only will give a good flavor to your dressing, but also it will dissolve all the flavor and having combining with the herbs and the salt. And after that, what you're going to do is to add some vegetable oil. Soybean oil is a very good option for salad dressing.
Can you use olive oil?
And and olive oil. You already read my mind today.
Oh, okay. It's not either, it's both, not either
Both.
or.
Because the recipe, I like the flavor of olive oil, and that dressing will have a very neat taste. So now the dressing is made. What I would suggest when you make any kind of dressing who are not dairy-based is to make them in advance, 3-4 hours. So like that, the dressing will have its maximum strength and taste. So for this dish, we have a topping. The topping we're going to use today is a red onion. And also, we're going to use some white Mexican cheese. This one is a panela cheese. And some people use queso blanco, panela. But neat cheeses to use as a topping in salads. So, Tony, if you can't. Tony is my official sous chef today. And we will need some queso blanco, some panela cheese.
Only if I can taste some as I go.
You will. What is important also during the classes is not only you're going to learn how to cook new recipes, but also what is very important is everybody will have a full dinner, enjoying the meals that they prepare that day. And also during the classes, we split all the students in different stations. And after that, during the eating experience, we're going to share all the food that everybody wants prepare. And most of the time we have a lot of food, and some people also take home for the husband or the wife, and they can show what they learned during that day. That's very important.
Well, I think I'll enjoy the class. I'm not sure I want my wife to know that I know how to cook.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing about French and Italian culture. A lot of men are cooking at home. But also what is very interesting now, and when I came to the States, the first classes I did, we have a lot of women doing the classes. But now every day we have more and more men coming to the class. And sometimes we have 1/3 of the class just with men. So that's very interesting, the change of the culture and the habits now.
Actually, I was joking. I do enjoy cooking. It's fun. It's relaxing. So, and that cheese is very good.
That's a very good cheese. So all the cheeses, you can go to Mexican store or supermarket. A lot of supermarkets have all these cheese also now in the state because, as I said before, we have a large Mexican population here in Colorado. And the good thing is we can find a lot of products that we are using in the cuisine. So these ingredients are very accessible, very easy to get, and also have a very good price. So what is important with cooking at Bruno is cooking at home. We use some restaurant technique, and a lot of things can be made just in a matter of a few minutes. And what is very important, you can get all the ingredients that you need all year round very easily at the store. And ingredients are very, very easy to do it. And we're going to finish the salad. Tony, can I have please the salad plate, the big one? Thank you. We're using today a Talavera plate. I used to live many years in Mexico, and I love this kind of dishes. They're very neat, very colorful. And I think this color is what represents the most the Mexican cuisine.
And so the dish is beautiful. It's almost artwork.
Mexican cuisine has a huge tradition, very beautiful, very colorful. It's a very sunny country, and the Talavera plates show a lot about what is a Mexican culture. Very colorful, very neat. So now, what we're going to do, we have, and you can smell by the dressing, and I like to use the whisk a lot.
Can you use that as a marinade too?
You can use that also as a marinade. A lot of dressing, vinegar base, can be used as a marinade. And by the way, when I cook Italian, sometimes I use the Italian dressing to marinate the chicken breast. That's a perfect dressing to use. Okay, so we're going to use the nopales. And now we're going to toss it. What I want right now is the nopales, the tender cactus, to take all the flavor of the dressing. I want a nice coating that I'm going to put on the plate. I'm going to put on the plate the cactus, draining a little bit. I don't want the excess of dressing of the plate. I want the cactus to take the flavor, but not to take all the liquid. What I like is a very neat vegetable, shining, and it smells already very good. So when you boil your cactus, you can add, if you want, some chilies on it to give more taste. You top it with shaved red onion. You want some Mexican color on it. Red, green, red, and white. And voila, we have a tender cactus ensalada.
Bruno, you make this look too easy.
And you need to taste it. So you can make these dishes at home. That's very easy. And Tony, again, thank you very much for being here with us today.
Thank you. That
And have
cactus
a
is
nice day.
wonderful.
Thank you.